Hello, welcome to the West Ham Oi show on Irons United with me, Alf Gasparo. So, what a week it's been in the West Ham world. We went over to the toilets and dumped all over their parade, didn't we? Yes, that's right, West Ham on the weekend, we went over to Tottenham Hotspur's new stadium and we became the first team to beat them and the first team to score against them in their new stadium. And it was a brilliant performance by all involved. I've got to say, the first half, look, I think we were barely contained. We had our moments, but we were kind of containing them. Let's be honest about it. Anderson didn't really have a great game. He was kind of tunnel vision at one point. Came in on the left and he had a tame shot when he really should have squared it back to Arnautovic. Arnautovic had, I felt sorry again for Arnautovic in his first half because he just wasn't getting any service. He was kind of being overlooked a lot. But, all I would say is that most of the team had a decent first half. Look, we went in 0-0. What can I say? That was good. They were coming, wave after wave of attack. But I've got to say, Spurs looked a bit, I don't know, flaccid up front as well. They just, they were up there. They were doing the business, but they weren't really penetrating. So, it is what it is, as I say, they definitely weren't penetrating because they were flaccid. I just realised what I said. Anyway, but you know what I mean. Look, first off again, for me, hero of the hour again, always Fabianski. It's very easy to start talking about Rice or start talking about, Antonio, who scored again, fantastic from him. But let's not forget, it's down to Fabianski who makes these killer saves, in each half usually, and stops it from us conceding or from it becoming a cricket score. I think everybody agrees, from whatever walk of life, he's going to get Hammer of the Year. Some plonker on some TV programme over the weekend was saying Anderson should get it. What an absolute load of nonsense that is. They obviously don't watch West Ham. They obviously don't know what we're talking about. But look, we had a great, a decent first half, but it was the second half. It's almost like we came out like a different team. Now, whatever Pellegrini, gave to them at half time, I want some of that because we just came out. It's almost like different tactics, different game plan, different performance, different setup, different mentality. Noble in the centre. Brilliant. I've got to say, a brilliant display. And I've got to say this about, I know he gets a lot of detractors and I know he gets, it's about his legs are gone and all that kind of stuff. Yes, sometimes he does have an off-colour game. But I tell you what, I've said this time and time again about Noble. And I'm not his biggest fan, I've got to say that. But I will say this about Noble, that he is the one in midfield who's always looking for a forward pass, and he does it time and time again. And sometimes he has a slightly below par game, so it doesn't quite work. But when it works, he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And he was looking for those killer passes. In the second half, Arnautovic started to get some, bit more joy. Couple of beautiful touches. Took one in, just dropped in on him, on the right foot. Split two defenders straight away, and again took a shot. Later on in the game, he came in from the left-hand side, put it onto his right foot, and curled one in. Unlucky again, but the pass from the right-hand side, the kind of chip pass into the path of Antonio, who kind of bashed it in. Fantastic. Brilliant. So he, for me, the second half, the 35 minutes that he was on the pitch, played brilliantly. I think he was the one that kind of was the most influential, certainly in the final third. But Noble again was fantastic. But let's not forget, at the back we were immense all the game. Fredericks, I thought, had a really good game. Yeah, he had a couple of errors, but overall fantastic. And it stopped them coming forward on that left-hand side as well. Danny Rose, I think it was, because he had the speed. I think they were worried about Fredericks going forward. So great decision by by Pellegrini to put him on there, and you know what, he delivered, and that's what all we can ask for. But in the centre again, you know, central defence, Balbuena, Diop for me were just brilliant. In fact, it's almost like we got a little holy trinity there. Fabianski at the back, and Diop and Balbuena just look classy. We're getting everything, especially Diop, fantastic. What can you say? It was a brilliant result. It was, you know, we were hanging on. Part of me thought we're not going to hang on. We're going to concede in the last minute. But we didn't. It was brilliant. And that's all I got to say, really. It was a West Ham COYI. It was a brilliant result. You've probably seen lots of other videos and lots of other, you know, blogs are writing the same thing, but I just wanted to say this is my Monday morning video for Irons United, and I just want to say what a brilliant performance that was. Yeah, we rode our luck at times. Yeah, Spurs were off colour, you could say, but you know what, you make your own luck, and you can only play who you can play, and we played bloody brilliantly, and we rose to the occasion. Let's see if we can rise to the occasion against Southampton and Watford. Am I going to be grumbling, or is another COYI? I'll be at the game on Saturday. If you see me, come and say hello. I don't bite, wave and all that kind of stuff. I know lots of people have done that in the past, and it's really good to meet people out there as well. Because I'm just a fan, just like you. You know, you're probably a better fan than I am. You know, in all fairness. But you know, look. We all want our team to win. We all want that consistency, don't we? And we want that consistency for next season especially. But let's see if Pellegrini can do it. Let's see if the lads can do it. And do you know what? Hopefully we'll get a decent result against them, especially now that I think they won't be as desperate as Southampton to get a result. And I don't think Watford are going to be that desperate either, because they got the cup final to, you know, consider as well. But you know what? Brilliant. All I can say, Noble for me was fantastic. But I think it's a tough one, because Diop was brilliant as well, and Fabianski was brilliant as well for me anyway. But I think he's just shaded man of the match for me, you know. But look, Antonio, I know there's lots of you out there who are Antonio, you know, big fans of Antonio. I've had my very big doubts about him in the past, but I've got to say the last few weeks, 2, 3, 4 months, brilliant. He's been getting better and better, and he keeps on scoring. He keeps on scoring. What can you say about that? You know, we still have problems, you know, over the pitch at some point. I'm still not sure about Masuaku. I know some people love him. I'm not so sure, but he had some decent touches, but he has some weaknesses as well. But overall, Anderson again, I think was a bit hit and miss again. But overall, we did brilliantly. That's all I got to say. I'm going to stop rambling now. Up the Hammers. See you all Saturday. Probably see you next Monday for another video on Irons United. Cheers now.